Are mobile orders actually making things run slower at fast food restaurants? We'll discuss that in detail here on New Fast Food. Plus, we'll celebrate Taco Bell's Nacho Fries becoming their most successful product launch ever. And a super secret sourdough jalapeno burger has been spotted being tested at Burger King. We'll cover that as well. Let's get started. So first I want to talk about this thing about how mobile orders could actually be slowing down fast food restaurants. And there's been a lot of talk this week in news stories about how fast food restaurants are introducing mobile ordering. They're introducing touchscreen kiosks and some other new technology as well into their restaurants, and it's really taking a toll on the employees there. So they're saying that this is leading to high turnover rates within the fast food industry. They're saying that there's a 150% turnover within the fast food industry. But what that means, it's not up 150%, but the level is 150%. So if you start the year with 20 employees, you would lose them all, plus you'd lose 10 more and have to rehire 30 new employees just at your 20 employee store. So that is pretty high. That's the highest that statistic has ever been since they started tracking that back in 1995. So just how much is the technology, the mobile orders and the kiosk orders, to blame for these high turnover rates? Well, the articles, they interview a few employees that they give their stories, and they do point to the technology being a factor in why they've left McDonald's and gone to other restaurants or other jobs. So I think it is a legitimate claim that the things are becoming more complex at the front line, and the wages aren't going up. So I think that it is legitimate to blame the high turnover rates on these new technologies that are coming in. And so when what happens there is that those employees leave. New employees come in, they need to be trained, or maybe new employees don't come in. So now you have less employees, you're thin on employees, and so things just are taking longer. So yes, it appears that with these new mobile orders and kiosk orders, overall, it's taking longer to get your order at these restaurants. Starbucks is a good example. Starbucks introduced mobile ordering back in 2015. Their employees were calling it chaos, that there was all these new tasks and responsibilities going on, and no one knew what was really supposed to be going on within the line. It was causing chaos in their barista line, and they were calling out names for people who weren't even there because they put in a mobile order and they weren't even there yet. So a lot of inefficiency was taking place at Starbucks, and now Starbucks announced this week that they're doing something about it. They're rolling out new initiatives that are basically reorganizing Starbucks employees' duties so that the roles that the employees play within the cafe line up with the new tasks and responsibilities that come with mobile orders and these other new technologies. And they say that it's been a huge success so far. In one example, reporters placed mobile orders at Starbucks for 5 days in a row last year, and it consistently took over 10 minutes for them to get their order. They did the same thing again this year, and now it's consistently taking less than 5 minutes. It's dramatically less than 5 minutes, around 2-3 minutes, for them to get their orders this year as opposed to last year. So Starbucks, being one of the early adopters, again, they've been accepting mobile orders since 2015. They've been able to sort of figure things out, and now they're going back and fixing the things that need to be fixed. McDonald's, being a little bit, not too much later, but a little bit later to the party here, it sounds like they're going to have to go back and address some of these inefficiencies that are coming with the new technology that is supposed to make things more efficient. So I don't doubt that they will get things worked out, but for now it does appear that this new technology is actually making things slower at a number of restaurants. And by the way, Starbucks, they've had such a turnaround with their mobile ordering that it's actually improved so much this year that they are getting ready to, at the end of this month, open up their mobile orders to any customer. It was before that only Starbucks reward members had the opportunity to place mobile orders. They're changing that at the end of this month, but any customer will be able to place a mobile order. So bravo over to Starbucks. let's hope these other restaurants get in line and figure out this new technology. I want to stick with McDonald's. They introduced a new deal this week. That's the 2 for $4 breakfast sandwich deal. So you can choose between the sausage McMuffin with egg, the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, and the bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle. You need 2 of those for $4. I don't really know who this is aimed at, okay? So you gotta get 2 breakfast sandwiches for $4. Those add up to almost 1,000 calories on their own. And so, I mean, is this aimed at someone who eats 1,000 calories for breakfast? Well, if so, I think that market is fairly small. Is it aimed at people who carpool? I mean, I can see, if you're carpooling with someone, they want to share a McDonald's 2 for $4 with you. Maybe, but I mean, I don't think the carpool. I don't think there's a whole lot of people that are carpooling all the time. Is this aimed at people that are eating 2 breakfast sandwiches for dinner? I mean, 1,000 calories makes more sense at dinner time. But I mean, is there a lot of people that are eating McDonald's breakfast sandwiches for dinner? I don't know. I don't foresee this being moving the needle much for McDonald's. I just don't see who is going to be taking advantage of this 2 for $4 deal. So you might say, hey, this is kind of similar to the 2 for $2 deal that they used to run. That was pretty successful. Yeah, but the 2 for $2 deal was for smaller sandwiches, so they weren't as heavy. And of course, it was half the price, $2 instead of $4. So I am not a fan of this new 2 for $4 breakfast sandwich deal from McDonald's. What I am a fan of, and what I think everybody is a fan of at this point, is the $1 Nacho Fries from Taco Bell. Taco Bell announced this week that the Nacho Fries have become their most successful product launch ever, selling 53 million Nacho Fries within about the first month. This is passing their previous best-selling product launch ever, which was the Doritos Locos Tacos. For comparison, those sold 100 million in 10 weeks. So roughly about the same, right? If you say that the 53 million was in about half the time, and if you double that, that comes to about 106 million over 10 weeks. So it's past the Doritos Locos Tacos, but it hasn't blown them out of the water. The 53 million orders of Nacho Fries are equivalent to 9 million pounds of potatoes, 600,000 gallons of nacho cheese, and they say that 1/3 of all the orders that they're taking at Taco Bell right now are including those Nacho Fries. So that begs the question, are the Nacho Fries sticking around long term? We discussed the rumor last week, and I think that it's going to be hard for Taco Bell to pull these off the menu. They're scheduled to pull them off in early April. I think it's going to be hard for them to do that with them being so successful. Time will tell, but I'm sticking with my prediction that the Nacho Fries stay on the menu, but they lose the promotional price and just get a price hike in early April. Next up, Little Caesars is taking a page out of Pizza Hut's book and announced an impossible contest where if a number 16 seed beats a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament, that they'll give everybody a free lunch combo. This has never happened in the history of the world, so I don't think it's going to happen this time, and I don't think it's even worth talking about anymore. This is just ridiculous. Finally, I'm going to leave you with this. This is a super secret test item from Burger King. It's being tested in Kentucky. It's this Jalapeño Sourdough King. It looks delicious. I am a big fan of sourdough burgers. I'm a big fan of jalapenos on burgers. So this is right up my alley. I would love to be able to try this in Kentucky right now. It does look like maybe Burger King is gearing up for some sort of large-scale sourdough burger rollout. They were caught testing the normal Sourdough King last October in Ohio. So they're testing a normal Sourdough King. Now they're caught testing this Jalapeno Sourdough King. So I think this all points to probably once Burger King is done rolling out these new chicken sandwiches. First they had the new crispy chicken sandwich. Now they have this new spicy chicken sandwich. Whatever other crispy chicken sandwiches they have left to roll out, I think once they're done rolling those out, then they'll come in with this sourdough line of burgers where they'll probably do a similar thing. They'll start with the normal Sourdough King, and then a few months later they'll roll out the Jalapeno Sourdough King or barbecue, whatever other sourdough kings they have in the hopper. They're gonna do a slow rollout, I would expect, same as they're doing with these crispy chicken sandwiches. It might be hard to tell here in the video, but the Jalapeno Sourdough King is listed at the price of $5 for the single patty, $6 for the double patty. Overall, I think that the $5, I think that's a little bit high for my liking, but the $6 for the double patty, that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. I would probably get that one if I were to try this Jalapeno Sourdough King. So that's enough out of me. Now it's up to you to keep the conversation going down below. Let me know what you think about anything we covered today. What do you think about these new sourdough burgers that Burger King seems to be lining up? What do you think about mobile orders at fast food restaurants? Have you noticed that orders are getting processed slower? What do you think is to blame for that? And what do you think about the nacho fries from Taco Bell? Are you just in love with them? Are you ordering them with every order? Or are you one of those 2 out of 3 people that aren't putting them on your order? Let me know. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate everybody who subscribes, who likes the videos, who leaves me comments. I really do appreciate that. I release new content every Tuesday and Friday, and you can watch more videos right now.